Friends, in the year 2024, a sci-fi film named The Fix was released. In the story of this film, a world has been shown where the air has become poisonous. Humans cannot breathe in the cold. People use high-tech masks, and in the coming time there will be no oxygen left to breathe. This is a dying world, the reason for which is so as soon as the story starts, we are shown a campaign in which humans are now dying from poisonous air. In this difficult time, a company named Ithra makes a drug called L-Remy. By eating this drug, the body is not affected by dangerous chemicals and one can breathe in the cold. The main character of the story is a girl named Ella Mackup, who is a model by money and is also the main actress of this film. Talking about this drug, it has been made in very small quantities and only rich people can buy it. If this drug does not reach the common people soon, then millions of people will die in a few months, and then in a few years perhaps only the rich will be left on Earth. Well, after finishing the shoot, when she came to the makeup room, some models were talking about her mother, from which we came to know that Ella's mother was also a supermodel who took her own life last year, and it had a great impact on Ella's life. She has a father, but there is no one to console her. Ella also has a friend, Gina, whom she trusts a lot. Now the scene shifts to a man named Salmon. These days Salmon is making a special drug, that too from LaserSoft. He has to complete his research because the medicine that Tira is sending to people is weakening the immune system of people, due to which the chances of them getting sick have increased. From the news, he came to know that 70% of the world's population has now gone into the red zone, which means they are at the highest risk of this disease, and by next year this number will become 83%. So whatever they have to do it quickly. By the way, the purpose of the medicine that Salmon is making is that it should reach every person. The scene comes to Ella, who is listening to her boyfriend Tally's messages. He tells that he will meet her at the night party. Right now, he is going to get some drugs for her. Ella is going to meet those girls. She was sad because of the talks that were held about her mother, so she called Gina, but Gina disconnected her call. Actually, Gina and Tally were dating each other and both of them had not told Ella yet. Perhaps both of them were feeling bad. Tally tells Gina that he will tell everything to Ella tonight, but Gina was not ready for this because she was worried about Ella, and Ella also owed her a lot of favors. Now, to buy drugs, Gina and Tally come to a den from where they always used to buy drugs. All the people of the town in which this den is located have died because they had sold their limited dose of L-Remy and bought things like TV or Prism. They thought that one day they will have to die, so why not fulfill all their desires? The place where Tally and Gina had come was actually Salmon's hideout, where they used to make the medicine as well as supply drugs so that no one suspects them. On coming inside, a man asks Tally to wait. That time, the interview of Eric, the owner of the Tira company, was going on TV. The host tells her that she will die one day. Eric says that people are angry with him because the price of his medicine is very high, due to which poor people are not able to buy it, so he says that he himself is also facing a lot of difficulty. Then on the live call, someone asks Eric that he has a very limited stock of medicine left. What has he thought about it? He also says that due to taking medicine, people's immune system is getting weak. In this way, they will easily die from other diseases. Eric gets angry after hearing all this, so he leaves the show without answering the question, but he came to know that whoever this man was, he knows the secrets of his company, so he tells his people to find this man. Actually, he is the LaserSoft worker. Tally quietly went to a room from where he was going to steal the drugs. He sees that their Salmon is working on a special medicine. Tally heard him saying this. He says that with this, they will save humanity. Tally understood that this could be the cure for this disease, so he quietly steals a tube, after which Gina and Tally leave from there. We also see a man who is trying to find them. He was keeping an eye on the company. Actually, he is Eric's informer who is giving Eric every moment's information about Solomon. Actually, Solomon used to work in Eric's company earlier, but such companies only look at their profit, they don't care about the common people, so maybe that's why Solomon left the job. There we see Eric, who was looking very upset because soon his limited stock was going to end. With the help of the herb, his company was making this medicine, but due to the tension, those plants were also dying. Their new testing had also failed, so soon they will have to find a new formula. On the other hand, Ella is sad at her home. Then her father calls her and explains that she should spend time with her friends. Ella gets angry at her father because due to his work, he was also away from Ella. Well, Ella gets ready and goes to the party where she had to meet Tally. Tally was telling Gina about that medicine. He says that everything will be fine with this, but before he gives this medicine to Gina, Ella sees them together, from which she understands that her friend and boyfriend Ella started shouting at them in anger that they are cheating on her, so both of them left from there, but Tally forgot the tube of medicine there, which Ella drinks thinking it to be a drug. To make Tally jealous, she started plotting with a boy Danny, but Tally did not care. After taking the medicine, Ella's condition was getting worse. She went to the washroom and vomited, and now she was not able to walk properly. Danny tried to help her, but Ella chased him away, after which Ella filled the tub with water and sat in it. Meanwhile, outside, Salmon's people had come to find Tally because they had come to know about Tally's theft. Seeing them, Tally first tries to run away, but when caught, he brought them to the washroom so that he could suppress them. Hearing their voice, Tally lay down in the tub. Tally sees that the tube of medicine was lying there empty. Solomon says that find whoever has consumed that medicine. After they left, Ella comes out of the water and asks Tally what was in the medicine because I have consumed that medicine. Hearing this, Tally goes outside to tell Salmon. Ella stops him, but he does not listen to her. When Salmon and his men came inside, Ella was missing from there. Meanwhile, we see Eric, who was testing his new prototype in the lab, but even after doing many tests, his experiment was failing, due to which he was very angry. Angela, who was his assistant, also tells him that they are not getting any information about lasers. For some time, Eric got a call from his son Max, who lived with his mother Nicole. Eric and Nicole were getting divorced, so Nicole was going to her mother with Max. Eric forbids her to do so because his mother's house is in red zone, but Nicole was not going to listen to him. On the other hand, when Ella was not found, those people started beating Tally, so Tally tries to escape from there by chasing them. Salmon also had a friend named Spider. Well, in this attack, a bullet was fired which hit Tally's leg. He became unconscious for some time. Salmon and his people, while searching the house, Tally saw that Ella was stuck to the ceiling. He was shocked to see this sudden change in her. Ella herself was also not able to understand anything. She had gained a lot of strength. They had to run away from there. Ella tries to open the door, but it does not open. Then in anger, Tally punches her and breaks the door. Tally and she were shocked to see this. Ella goes outside and sees that Salmon's men are searching for her. So, Ella comes back inside and starts breaking the window of the washroom. Hearing her voice, Salmon and his men run inside, but Ella has already gone to the roof of the house with Tally. Salmon's men were behind them. Due to mistake, Tally's foot slips, due to which she falls down and dies. Ella feels very sad to see this. She also jumps down, but nothing happens to her. Salmon knew that Ella has taken the drug. This change happened due to that. Gina sees Tally's dead body and she feels that Ella killed her. Ella tries to explain to her that I killed her. Don't kill her and quickly call the ambulance. Scared by this, Ella started running from there and came in front of the car of that boy named Danny. Ella fell there and became unconscious. Danny brought her to his house where later he wanted to take advantage of her, but Ella got up. She asked Danny to stop, but he was not agreeing, and then Ella injured him. A spike came out of her body. He also started abusing her for some time. Ella quickly went to the washroom and looked at herself. Mutation was happening inside her, due to which marks of wounds were visible all over her body. Ella ran away from there by cutting that thorn-like thing with her hand. After leaving from there, she went straight to the hospital because she was not able to understand anything. The nurse was not listening to her at first, but when Ella showed her the marks on her body, the nurse got scared. She thought that maybe this is some dangerous infection. She called the security so that Ella could be kept in quarantine, but Ella ran away from there as well. After this, Ella went to Gina's house where Gina got angry with her. Ella was scared of Tally because she thought that Ella was responsible for Tally's death. Ella tries to convince her that she did not kill Tally, but Gina did not believe her. Then Ella shows her body and says that I need your help. I thought you were my friend, but you betrayed me with my boyfriend. Gina says that you never loved him, you both had to separate anyway. Hearing this, Ella became more sad. Then Ella gets a call from Tally's phone. He calls Ella to meet him. Due to no other way, Ella decides to meet him. On the other hand, Eric had got information about Ella, and anyway he was looking for such a miracle. When Ella went to meet Salmon, his men made her unconscious and started taking her to Salmon. Gina was watching all this from a distance and she follows their car. When Era regained consciousness, she was tied to a chair, but with her powers she soon lifts herself up. Fighter tells Salomon that we have to rescue Ella from this laser soft. The police had already arrived there, which was called by Gina. Police went inside and took Ella and Salmon into custody. In the jail, Ella sees that her body is slowly changing. Even one of her ears is lost and something else was in its place. Salmon tells Ella that this drug was his great project with the help of which he wanted to save the world. He also wanted to tell her the truth about Eric and his company, but then Eric reached there. These people were keeping an eye on Salmon from the beginning, but when Ella says that it has turned me into a monster, Eric talks to her. He is quite surprised to see how a drug has changed Ella. Eric tells her that if you agree to go with us, then we can treat you and make you like before. Hearing this, Ella agreed. They also took Salomon with them. In the lab, Eric takes Ella's signature on the contract, but later when Eric was talking to his father about this, Ella could hear their voices because now she is not a normal human being anymore. Then she understood that they people just want to extract the formula from her body. They don't care if Ella dies in this. Knowing all this, Ella tries to run away, but Eric releases gas in the room due to which Ella faints. Salmon was also being questioned there. A sledder was torturing him, but he was not ready to give the formula. For some time, when two nurses came to Ella, Ella had already lost herself. She attacked both of them and left from there. She also takes Salmon with her. On the other hand, Spider also came to save his partner. He had planted bombs in the building at various places. Meanwhile, Eric's son Max had come to meet him. Eric makes him sit in the office and goes to find Ella. But Max was very scared, so he runs away and hides in one of the building's bathrooms. There, Ella and Salmon go to the lab where we come to know about the real secret of this medicine. Salmon tells that the animal whose DNA is inside that medicine is dragonfly. This is the only animal that is immune to this toxin. This means that in future Ella will also become a dragonfly. Salomon also tells that he is laser soft hearing the sound of explosions. Both of them run away from there. Spider was also found by them. Later Ella finds Max in the bathroom, who is very scared. Ella assures him that she will help him, but he should not be afraid. Max, thinking him to be a fairy, agrees to go with her. Then on the way, a monster surrounds them. Ella threatens to kill Max and runs away from there with Salomon and Spider. All three try to escape in a van, but after going a little further, the van overturns. Then on looking inside, it is found that Salomon and Ella were not in the forest at all. Both of them ran away from the back door. On the way, Ella tells Salomon that this medicine cannot have only the DNA of a dragonfly. This thing was probably hidden from him because Ella's powers were gradually increasing. Both stop near a dam. Sal tells Salomon that she should run from here and his powers will take him away. He says that you have to reach Laser Ass because only he can help you now. Salomon also tells him that this medicine was being tested on him too, but he did not use this medicine in the amount that Ella used, so Ella's powers are very high. Then Ella jumped from there saying goodbye to her, after which Eric's people come and kill Salomon. That night, the Bellbird Spider gives a message to the world that they still have one last hope left, that is Ella, but people have to understand that if they want to stay alive, then they do not have to mutate themselves. Through this, the spider itself drinks that medicine. Through this, we see Ella, who had now completely become a human dragonfly, and she can also fly. In the last scene of the film, Ella laser soft.